Hi everyone, my name is Brenna Weiss, and today I want to explore a fascinating and controversial idea in criminology. Cesare Lombroso's theory that criminals are somehow different people. Lombroso believed that criminality was biologically determined. He argued that offenders could be identified by physical traits, things like slopping foreheads, large jaws, or asymmetrical faces. In other words, he thought he could spot a criminal just by looking at them. Now that idea might sound outdated or even offensive today, and for good reason. We know that judging someone solely by their appearance is not only inaccurate but also deeply unfair. But Lombroso's theory raises an interesting question. Even if we reject the idea that criminals look different, could there still be something else, something deeper, that sets offenders apart from others? I think the answer is yes, but it's complicated. Let's start with psychology. Research shows that some offenders may have different cognitive or emotional traits. For example, individuals with antisocial personality disorders often struggle with empathy, impulse control, or moral reasoning. These traits don't make someone a criminal automatically, but they can increase the likelihood of criminal behavior, especially when combined with environmental factors like poverty, trauma, or lack of support. Then there's the social side. Offenders often grow up in environments that normalize violence, neglect education, or fail to provide stable role models. In that sense, what sets them apart isn't who they are biologically, but what they've been exposed to. Their choices are shaped by circumstances that many of us might never experience. And let's not forget systematic factors here. My apologies. Marginalized communities are disproportionately targeted by law enforcement and face barriers to opportunity. So sometimes what sets offenders apart isn't their traits, it's how society treats them. That's a critical distinction. But here's what I want to push the conversation further. Instead of asking what makes offenders different, maybe we should ask, what makes someone resilient enough not to offend even when they face the same challenges? I think that's where personal values, support systems, and opportunities come into play. People who have mentors, access to education, or a strong sense of purpose are often able to resist the pull of criminal behavior. So maybe the real difference isn't in the person, it's in the resources they have. In conclusion, Lombroso's theory opened the door to thinking about criminal behavior as something more than just a moral failing. But today, we know it's not about skull shapes or facial features. It's about psychology, sociology, and systematic inequality. Offenders may be different, but not in the way Lombroso imagined. And understanding those differences is key to building a more just and compassionate criminal justice system. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.